guys, today's October 14th, and here's a rundown of today's lesson. You will need your journal, pencil, a pen, scissors, glue. Make sure you have your homework and a highlighter out. Okay, so for our agenda, we did a builder check. Just went over a couple of things on the builder, and I'll put some underneath the document camera. A homework check. And we went over 10.3 notes today on order of operations. We're going to stick on to order of operations today and tomorrow, and also on Friday when we start with our facing math. And Chloe's question of the day, what class would you add to school? We got multiple responses. Some of the top popular ones were coding classes, kind of like coding computer classes, cooking classes. My favorite was nap classes. I would be the teacher of that class. So we had lots of different responses to that. So let's get going. I'm going to put up our homework from last night. So I'm going to move this over so we can see. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the prime factors of 32. I'm going to do it both ways so that you can see. As a factor tree, so we have 32. If I factor that out, I have 4 and 8. If I factor 4, I have 2 and 2. If I factor 8, I have 2 and 4. Okay, of those numbers, 2's are my primes. However, 4 is not, so I need to break that down. That will be 2 and 2, and those are prime numbers. So if I look at my prime numbers I circled, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. So my base would be 2. My exponent would be 5, which represents 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Okay, that's the factor tree method. If I did it the cake method, 32, and I can take out a 2 is my first prime number, which would give me 16. I can take out another 2, which would give me 8. I can take out another 2, which would give me 4. Take out another 2, which gives me 2. And if you look, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2's. So 2 to the 5th power, which is exactly like the other one. My next number I have is 45. So if I look at 45, my two numbers that make up 45 are 5 and 9. 5 is prime, so I'm going to circle 5. 9, however, is not. It can be broken down into 3 times 3. 3 is prime. So if I look at this in expanded form, I have 3 times 3 times 5. In exponential form, 3 squared times 5. Okay, if I did this with the cake method, again, 45, first prime number is 5. That becomes 9. I could take out a 3 from 9, leaving me with a 3. And you see I have 2 3's, 1 2, and 1 5, just like I have on the other one, which is 3 squared times 5. All right, the next one I have is 54. Several people did it several different ways, but you still get the same exponential form. So I'm going to do the tree method. So 54, broke it down. A lot of people did 6 and 9. Okay, these are both composites, so I've got to break this down to 3 times 2 and 3 times 3. They are all prime numbers after that. And if I look, I have 2 times 3 times 3 times 3, or 2 times 3 to the 1 2 3rd power. Okay, if I did it with the cake method, 54, I'm going to take out a 2 first. 2 can go into 5 2 times. 2 can go into 14 7 times. So I have 27. Then I'm going to take out a 3 because 3 is prime. If you take out a 9, 9 is not prime. It has to be a prime number. 3 can go into 27 9 times. 9 is still composite, so I take out another 3, which gives me 3. And if you look, I have 1 2 3 3's and 1 2. So it's 2 times 3 cubed. The last one, 72, okay? A lot of people did it different ways. 72, 8 and 9 was one of the popular ways. Both of them are composite, so 8's broken down into 4 times 2. 9's broken down into 3 times 3. 2 is prime, 3 is prime, and this 3 is prime. So I still need to break down this 4 because it's composite into 2 times 2. Then I have 2 prime numbers right here, 2 and 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 2 to the third times 3 to the second. So I have 3 2's and 2 3's. And if I did it the cake method, I have 72. I take out a 2, I have 36. I take out a 2, I have an 18. I take out a 2, I have a 9. I take out a 3, I have a 3. And as you see, I have 1, 2, 3 2's and 1, 2 3's. So it would be still 2 cubed times 3 squared. All right. So that was our homework check for last night. Let's get to our notes. We have order of operations today. Order of operations, we're at 10-3. I need for you to make sure that you cut your notes because you need scissors. And you're going to cut your notes into 3 sections. So this is our first section. And then these 2 are going to go on the next page. Those 2 are going to go on the next page. So let me go ahead and glue these in. And we're going to talk about this. And we're going to practice. We're going to practice about 5 questions of order of operation, and we're going to practice more tomorrow. We're going to practice more tomorrow. We're going to practice more on Friday. We're going to practice order of operations because it is important. It is a skill that you will need whenever you're in math. You'll need it for next year in 7th grade, 8th grade, all the way through high school. If you start taking some college classes, those classes may require you order of operations because order really matters. Okay, so this is an important skill in order to learn. Order. Used it how many times? Don't know. Okay, so today's 10-14-2020. Okay, an order of operations is kind of like making a cake. It's following a recipe. You have to go in a certain order in order for it to turn out right. You have to go in a certain order in order for it to turn out right. You have to follow the directions. And when we do order of operation, our directions is PEMDAS. So you first need to do your parentheses. If your question has parentheses, you need to do those first. So parentheses, brackets, bars like absolute value. You're not going to see these many times, but you will see parentheses in 6th grade. So these are the most popular ones that you will see. They're grouping symbols saying, hey, I need to do what's in here first. Then you need to go on to exponents. After you do your parentheses, you need to see if you have any exponents. If you have exponents, you need to solve. Now remember, exponents are those numbers, those little numbers that float above the number. The exponent tells me how many times I'm multiplying that number by itself. Okay? So it's very important when we deal with exponents. Remember, you don't multiply the exponent and the whole number or the base. You don't. The exponent tells you, hey, how many times am I going to see that number being multiplied by itself? And then solve it. And this is where everybody gets confused. This is one part where everybody struggles. You multiply or divide from left to right. From left to right, I multiply and then divide. After I finish multiplying and dividing from left to right, then I go and do adding and subtracting from left to right. So it's very key that you remember this. You start, and it depends on whatever came first. If division comes first, you got to do division before if you had multiplication. Have to remember that. So here's our little reminder of order of operations. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. P parentheses, E exponents, multiply, divide from left to right, add, subtract from left to right. Okay? And I've just realized that my screen was on the other page. So here we go. So again, order of operations. Here we are. So remember, parentheses comes first, then your exponents, and then you multiply and divide from left to right, add, subtract from left to right. Okay? Now, we're going to turn our page over and we're going to practice these problems. So I'm going to zoom in real quick. Okay, and I like to rewrite my problems, okay, so that I can look at it and go all the way through. So -5, open parentheses, 3 plus 1, close parentheses. I'm sorry, that's -3 plus 1. When you rewrite it, please make sure you write it correctly. Caught myself there. Cubed minus 3. All right, now we remember that we need PEMDAS. We need to go in that order. Parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, add, and subtract. So if I'm looking, I do have parentheses. So I need to do what's in parentheses here. So -3 plus 1 gives me a -2. So since I solved that, I'm bringing everything down. So basically, I'm rewriting this, putting that in parentheses, and bringing everything I have not done down. Now, my next one's exponents. I do have an exponent here. I have a cubed. So that's -2 times -2 times -2. All right, so that's like -2 times -2 times -2. All right, that gives me a -8. So that would be -8 there in parentheses. And then I bring everything down. -5 times -8 minus 3. All right, because I've done parentheses exponents, I need to look for multiplication or division from left to right. So I start over here and I look, and this shows multiplication. I have a number next to a number in parentheses. Together, this means multiplication. So -5 times a -8 gives me a positive 40. So I'm writing 40 down, and then I'm bringing this minus 3 because I haven't done it yet. I can't forget to do that. Then 40 minus 3 gives me 37. So my answer to this big problem, this long problem that I had, is 37. And do you see how it went? It kind of forms a V. So you start here and then it slowly comes down to finishing as one answer, one single number. Okay, let's look at our next one. All right, again, I'm going to rewrite it just so I can see it. 3 minus 1 in parentheses to the 4th power plus 3. Now, we also have to remember PEMDAS works every single time. So I'm looking, do I have parentheses? Well, yes, I do. I have 3 minus 1. Well, that gives me 2. So I have 2, and then I'm bringing everything down. I'm putting that parentheses to the 4th power plus 3. So I did parentheses. Check. Exponents. Oh, yes, I do have an exponent, 2 to the 4th power, which is saying like 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. You see I have 4 2's. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 2 to the 4th power. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 8 times 2 is 16. So I'm left with 16. But I've got to bring down this plus 3 because I haven't done it. Now my last step, well, it's a single operation right here, which is addition. 16 plus 3 gives me 19. My answer would be 19. Okay, As I said, I'm going to do a couple more questions as well. So I want you to write down 64 divided by 8 times 3 plus 6. 18 over 3 times, open parentheses, 6 minus 4, close parentheses, plus 2 cubed. Okay? Now, again, we have to remember PEMDAS. All right, looking at this one over here to the left, I don't have any parentheses. I do not have any exponents. So this is where that multiplying and dividing from left to right comes in. So I'm starting to the left and I'm looking. Right here is a division. I need to do this first. So 64 divided by 8 gives me 8. So I'm solving this, bringing this down, and rewriting everything underneath there. Okay? Then I'm going to still start to the left. So then I'm looking. Oh, I have multiplication. I need to do that before this addition. So 8 times 3 gives me 24. Then I'm bringing this down, plus 6. My last, there's no more multiplying or dividing, so adding and subtracting. So there's only one operation left. 24 plus 6 gives me 30. So my answer is 30. Okay? Looking at my next question over here, still following the PEMDAS rules. I have parentheses. Yep, right there. 6 minus 4. Well, 6 minus 4 gives me 2. So I'm going to put that 2 there. I'm going to put it in parentheses. I'm going to bring everything else down. So 18 over 3 times, open parentheses, plus 2 to the third power. Okay, so I did parentheses. Okay, do I have any exponents? Do I have any exponents? Okay, sorry. Here we go. Let's try this again. All right, so I did what was in parentheses first. All right, so now I have to go into exponents. So I have 2 cubed, which is like saying 2 times 2 times 2. Well, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So then this then becomes an 8. Plus, and then I'm going to bring everything down. 18 over 3 times 2. Okay. So I did my parentheses, I did my exponents. Now I need to look and see what comes next, multiplying or dividing. Well, this right here is another way of showing division. So this is division going on right here, guys. So I need to do this first before I even multiply. To do this, so 18 over 3. So 3 can go into 18 6 times. So then I have 6 times 2 plus 8. So I have 2 more operations to go. 2 more operations to go. Okay, so again, I did parentheses, exponents. Okay, and I need to go back from left to right. Oh, I have multiplying. I need to do this first. So 6 times 2 gives me 12 plus 8. I've got to bring that down. And then finally, I need to do that operation. 12 plus 8 gives me 20. So my answer is 20. Another one that we did is from my little meme here. I don't know if you can see that. And it says, other people, 2 plus 2 times 2 equals 8. Me, a mathematician. You fool, you fell victim to one of my classic blunders. This is not correct. Order of operations says that it will not be 8. So let's look. So 2 plus 2 times 2. Order of operations says, well, I don't have any parentheses. I don't have any exponents. I need to multiply first. Multiply first. So these two need to be multiplied, which gives me 4. Then I bring down everything. 2 plus 4, my answer would be 6. One day, my phone will stop ringing. So here we go. So the answer, you fool, is 6 and not 8. It's 6 and not 8. Guys, order of operations, you've got to follow it in order for it to work. Okay, so for your homework tonight, you'll go to the Google Classroom. Hopefully it is, I don't have to. Where is my Google Classroom? So you'll go to the Google Classroom and you'll do the worksheet for 10.3. For 10.3. You're going to do 1 through 14, evens only. This is going to take a while for it to load, so let's just go underneath my document camera. So here, looking here, you're talking about the operation. You're not looking at what, you're not solving it. It's what operation you're dealing with first. So if I look at number 1, what I'm first going to do, and remember, order of operation, PEMDAS. There's no parentheses. There's no exponents. There is division. So I need to divide. I need to divide first. Okay. Looking at number 4. Looking at number 4 here. You have 7 divided by 7 cubed times 7. What operation do I need to do first? Well, there's no parentheses. What's my next one? Exponents. Does this have exponents? Yes. So exponent is what I will do next. Evaluate the exponent. Okay? All right. Now, remember you have the bottom part until 14 even for homework. And let's look at number 8. So I'm going to do number 8 over here. I know my copy is a little messy. So 9 plus, F in parentheses, 12 minus 10. Okay? Get a different color. So order of operations says I need to do what's in parentheses first. So 12 minus 10 gives me 2. And then I need to add the 9. I need to bring that down. And 9 plus 2 gives me 11. So my answer would be 11 here. And if I look, F is 11. So I would draw a line from 8 to F. All right. So guys, this isn't the only day we're doing our order of operations. We're doing it for the next 3 days. So I want you to practice, practice, practice it. Make sure you know the rules and stay with the rules. It's going to be okay. All right. Have a great day. Sorry about all the interruptions on this video, and I will see you later. Bye.